According to Center for Disease Control, did you know that 480,000 people died from smoking in the United States? Also, that smoking causes more deaths each year than HIV, illegal drug use, alcohol use, motor vehicle injuries, and firearm incidents combined. I'm sure that we may all know someone who is smoking that has breathing difficulties. Or you may know someone that you have been around that every time they're smoking, their breath smells like smoke, their clothing is smelling like smoke all the time, and then the more that you hang around them, the more you feel like you smell like smoke. Or you may know someone who stopped smoking but much too late, and now they are attached to oxygen and they can't even do the most normal things around the house. They can't do daily activities. This is why smoking and vaping has really been banned in facilities because of how smoking has affected the world. I'm a nurse and I educate people about diabetes, asthma, and congestive heart failure. And smoking is a very, very big risk factor for all those diseases. Smoking can make those health problems worse. Smoking constricts and damages your blood vessels. Smoking can increase your blood sugar and decrease the oxygen to your lower limbs. Smoking can heavily damage your heart and make it work harder. I hope that what you learned today will deter you from smoking or give you the knowledge to help someone you love stop smoking so they can live a better life. Today, I will be discussing how cigarette smoking is unhealthy and is a risk factor for other health problems or diseases. Let's look at the first way that smoking is unhealthy. Smoking can cause serious health problems such as constricting and damaging your blood vessels, which causes a decrease in oxygen. A decrease in oxygen can slow the healing of sores or wounds or cuts. The nutrients are depleted in your skin due to the decreased blood flow and oxygen. Smoking can decrease the hair called cilia that is in your nose to work properly, and this increases your risk of lung infections. Smoking can increase and give you a irregular heartbeat and make the heart work harder. Now let's look at other ways that smoking can affect you, such as smoking can increase the risk of getting other health problems and diseases. Smoking can cause breathing difficulties such as COPD, which is the same thing as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Smoking can cause vision problems such as glaucoma or cataract. Smoking can cause a persistent cough called smoker's cough. So that's why sometimes when you're talking to people and they have that raspy voice, you know that 9 times out of 10 they smoking, and that's why they sound like that. And sometimes it's hard to understand them. Also, smoking can cause loss of appetite. You'll see a lot of people who smoke. Sometimes they are smaller than non-smoking people, but you'll notice that when they stop smoking, that they start to pick up an appetite. Smoking can also cause lung cancer, and that is the number one thing that happens when you've been smoking for a long time is that you get the lung cancer. And that's the number one thing is the reason why you see so many commercials about smoking and you see so many commercials about young people and how to keep them from smoking because it's a really, really big thing out there that's happening so much. And so if anybody can just look at a commercial and see all these different things that maybe they may say, I don't want to be like that or I don't want to look like that. Smoking can also cause blood clots or raise your blood pressure. Also, smoking can increase your blood sugar, which is not good for diabetics. So that is the number one thing that we tell diabetics that they need to stop smoking. So now let's look at a second way that smoking can harm people, and that's secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is a problem because the longer that you're around someone that smokes, the more increased the effect of you getting those harmful toxins into your body. There's increased risk of sinus and respiratory infections. Long-term second-hand smoke exposure has been associated with many adverse health effects, including low birth weight, increased respiratory disease in children, lung cancer, and coronary artery disease, according to the article Smoking Visibility and Assessment of Airborne Markers in Environmental Research. Now let's look at a third way of how smoking affects the body, such as the fetus during pregnancy. Smoking during pregnancy is dangerous because it can cause low birth weight, it can cause birth defects of the lips and the mouth, it can cause damage to the developing brain and lungs. Smoking can increase the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. In summary, smoking is harmful and toxic to the body. It increases the risk of other health problems that could be long-term or irreversible. I know firsthand about secondhand smoke because my daughter has asthma, and I believe that is because her father was smoking. And so with smoking, it's not enough to go outside. You really need to put on a jacket or a second shirt, go outside and smoke. And then when you finish smoking, take the jacket or second shirt off and leave it outside, and then come in the house and wash your hands because that smoking is still in your clothing, your skin. So that is a way that I'm telling you that smoking, it can really affect other people, your loved ones, and you don't want your loved ones to have to be on asthma medications because of someone else. So smoking can be harmful to the body. In summary, it increases the risk of health problems and could cause long-term or irreversible problems. Clearly, the decision to smoke is yours. But I hope in listening to me today, you choose to be nicotine-free because you're not just harming yourself, you're also harming everyone else in the world and that comes in contact with you. If you're smoking or know someone who is smoking, then there is a smoking cessation program or there are medications that you can get from your doctor to help you stop smoking. Preserve your body, don't destroy it.